All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Evan Bissonnette. I'm with Mitsubishi Electric, and I'm here to talk to you today about how to retrofit your rooftop unit systems with heat pumps. So I'm going to start with why. I'm sure many of you seen that. Many of you have seen this. This is from Birdo, and it's the City of Boston's decarbonization and strategic electrification goals. So this is broken out by building use, and it shows the carbon emission standards as we progress out to 2050, with zero being the goal. At 2050, we want to have zero carbon emissions in these buildings. If a building exceeds this listed carbon emissions in the year shown on the chart, that building owner is subject to large fines, which we've seen can be upwards of six figures per year. So we really need to figure out how to remove gas from our buildings going forward to meet these goals. This is a commercial building's total energy consumption broken out into different categories like space heating, ventilation, cooking, water heating, etc. And it shows where electricity, oil, gas, and district heat are traditionally used. You can see the largest percentage or the largest chunk of gas used in most buildings is in the space heating use. So we need to figure out how to remove that gas from your building, from your space heating systems to meet these goals set forth by Birdo going forward. So how do we do that? Use a heat pump. That's kind of the best option right now would be to use a heat pump. These are all electric systems that are rated down to minus 31 degrees. This is a traditional heat recovery system. So it uses refrigerant to move energy with electricity around your building. So for spaces that are in cooling, we're removing that heat from those spaces with refrigerant, and we're bringing it either to or if they're all in heating, we're using the energy outside to move into the building to provide that heat. The issue with these systems is they're not always the best option for your building. So these would be connected to indoor fan coils, and are not always the best application for your building. So in other instances, like large gymnasiums or auditoriums, you're probably more likely to see a rooftop unit or air handling unit. These are able to process high amounts of ventilation air and produce large capacities to serve these large types of spaces. The issue with most of these rooftop unit systems is they are traditionally either have gas-fired heating or have hot water heating coils that are fed from gas-fired boilers. So there's a ton of gas used in these types of systems, or they have electric resistance heat, which is just terribly inefficient compared to like a heat pump style system. So what we're proposing is to retrofit these types of rooftop units with a heat pump coil. So what does that mean? You have your existing rooftop unit, say it's 5 to 10 years old, the supply fan still works great. We can remove the existing heating coil in that unit, select a new heat pump coil to match the existing either CFM or load in that space, and pair it with one of our heat pumps using a linear expansion valve kit or LEV kit. So we'd have a new coil connected to one of our condensing units that's now getting heating and cooling with the efficiencies of a VRF heat pump system, and we're removing all of your gas from your building. So what does that look like? Here you can see an example of an existing air handling unit that was fed by hot and chilled water coils. So we selected a new heat pump coil, selected it so that it fit inside the existing opening of that unit, and met all of the capacities and CFMs that are required. Piped it to our condensing units using that LEV kit that I mentioned, and run the refrigerant piping out to wherever the condensing units need to be located, whether that be right on the roof with the unit or hundreds of feet away if needed. One of the major benefits of this type of system is that it's basically 100% incentivized. So if your rooftop unit's in good shape, all of your ductwork is in good shape, we're just replacing the coil and adding some refrigerant piping connected to our heat pump unit. When you're looking at getting that $3,500 per ton back from Mass Save, that basically covers all of the equipment costs required for one of these new installs. So these are, basically 100% incentivized. You're removing all of the gas from your building, and now you're back up and running with a much more efficient technology than was previously installed. Thank you very much for your time, and have a good day.